Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I've been seeing all your comments on TikTok asking me for reviews analysis for this one. So today it's finally happening, but before we get into that, don't forget to check this exclusive discount for it. You can find the link in both the video description and the top comment below. Now let's not delay any further and jump right into the details. So, I finally pulled the trigger on this portable inverter generator after I couldn't find one locally, and I've got to say it showed up in a way that felt almost too good to be true. It arrived 4 days before the projected delivery date, which was a tiny win when the January ice storm was looming. A young lady plopped this on my front porch on Saturday morning, and I was ready with some generator cords I'd held onto since the ice storm of 1994. I unpacked and skimmed the owner's manual, and despite my years of maintaining generators at remote telecom sites, there were a few little quirks to get through. The biggest prep was dealing with the shipping brackets on the bottom. 4 inside bolts are hard to reach, and there isn't enough room for a socket, so I relied on an open-end wrench. One is supplied, but I used my own. Those bolts have to come all the way out, and in that tight space you can only get a quarter turn at a time if you're lucky. After that, things went smoothly. You'll want about a quart of 10W30 oil on hand. I ended up using roughly 20 ounces. There's an offset funnel included for oil fill, which is a little awkward, but it works. I filled it with gas, and it started right up on the third pull. I ran a double male-ended extension cord from the generator to an outlet near the TV and wood stove blower motor, and waited for the power to drop. At 4:02 a.m. Sunday we lost power. The trees were cracking and it felt like the world was in a war zone. I killed the main breaker, shut off all 220-volt breakers, and tried to restart. It started on the second pull, even in that cold where you could feel the oil getting thick. A quick reminder, disconnect your cord before starting. The choke lever is a little awkward to find and feels a tad fragile, but you get used to it. Once running smoothly, I plugged a 120-volt outlet and went inside to reach the wall. We ended up with power to the wood stove blower, TV, fridge, microwave, a small space heater, and plenty of lights. We kept the space heater off when we needed the microwave, and it all stayed steady. We ran this non-stop for more than 4 days, even venting the unit through a window with painter's tape to seal the crack for refueling in cold air. I did run out of fuel once in the middle of the night when the temperature was in the low teens, but a quick refill and it started back up on the first pull. It pulls surprisingly easily. The noise level is noticeable, not silent, but not brutal either. I found a good setup behind the truck, about 25 feet away from the window, which helped a lot. The exhaust port is threaded, so you could likely add a muffler if you wanted to. All outputs are 120 volts. And I misread a notion about a twist lock plug. It's not 220 volts. This little generator saved us during that ice storm and is exactly what I needed for a backup or camping setup. It's sturdy, well built, and the price felt right for what you get. If you're in the market for dependable power without breaking the bank, this is a solid pick. Highly satisfied with the purchase and the quick shipping from the seller. And that wraps up today's video. If you made it this far, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. See you next time.